You got to have your own back sometimes. But if you don't have your own back, then don't rely on others either. And off for a minute. What have I been doing? Launching a program. What's the program about? It's about reflection. We're all experts in something. We can be an expert in creating content. We can be an expert in law. We can be an expert in medicine. And we can be an expert in taking. I haven't been quiet for a while. Social media doesn't allow you to be quiet. Sometimes family doesn't allow you to be quiet. Sometimes that silence is very important. It gives you an opportunity to reflect. It gives you an opportunity to actually figure out who you are, what you're about, what you're made of. Can't recall the last time that I was actually put in a place where I had to be quiet aside from prison. And sometimes being alone and being away from family and friends is hard initially, but then you start to reflect like who you are, what you really want, and then you take inventory on people. Who's been there, who hasn't been there, who said they were going to be there, who isn't there, who you said you were going to be there for, who you're not there for. And then I start scrolling through social media, start seeing posts, reflect, and then I put all that away and I started digging deep. Somebody came to me and said, "You ever thought about creating a course?" This course that I created is intended to help. But who am I helping? Trainers, people. Initially, I'm going to be helping trainers, but the fact of the matter is, this course can help a lot of people. The course is more than just helping trainers. It's a state of mind. So whether you have the state of mind that's empowering, encouraging, uplifting, wanting to help people, I got to come from somewhere. And I always say you can't pour from an empty cup. I don't want to say that I was pouring from an empty cup, but just a little bit of reflection. We can't sit there and say that we're there for somebody when we're not really presenting our best selves to them. You show up at 70% because you have things on your mind. How much am I really there for? Am I there for a shell of a body? Am I there for just to say that I was there? So I put back a lot of energy into creating this course with a friend. Course launched. It's doing very well. At the end of the day, this channel was created to help, to encourage, and to empower. Sometimes I feel like I need help, encouragement, and empower. I don't often hear that from people that actually reflect outward. They help, they speak, they mention that they're empowering, whether it be through social media, whether it be through posts, or whether it be through rants. But every now and then you need to reflect and realize that you also need help. Whether that's emotional help, spiritual help, reflection, realizing that silence and quiet is a beautiful thing. Being alone sometimes is a magnificent thing. And we're often reminded that it's important to be stimulated. Make sure that you post content every single day. Content, even if it's thirsty content, even if it's females posting things that normally they wouldn't post just for attention, or even if it's males posting things just to get back at a girlfriend. Just post content. We get so wrapped up in this posting content, and then what about us? What about posting content for ourselves that feeds us, that empowers us, the creator? Don't you worry, I haven't died. I've just done a internal reflection. I've taken an inventory in myself, and I've taken an inventory in people around me. It's a beautiful inventory, and at the end of the day, I've realized that a lot of us are still in a lot of pain, and we use content as a mask, as a disguise to hide our pain. But don't you worry, I see you. I see things and I don't really mention them, and that's okay. I don't have to mention all the things that I see in people and what people do, how thirsty some people are, and that's quite all right, because the fact of the matter is, I'm thirsty at times too. But know this: just because you're thirsty doesn't mean you have to lose yourself and who you really are. Never lose who you really are. So if this pertains to anybody out there, and I'm not talking about any one person specific, male or female, could be a male though, because too often we get wrapped up in what we want and what we want to attract. And maybe what we should be attracting is a little bit of silence, internal reflection, and who knows the beautiful things you could create. Course that I created along with help, because you never do anything alone by yourself, is a beautiful thing. It's doing very well. It's going to help and reach a lot of people. Just another chapter of my life in the midst of many, many chapters, being that I've written so many of them. So I say this: I am deeply moved and honored by each and every one of you that continues to watch my reels, watch my story, whether it be on YouTube, because this is specifically for YouTube, or Instagram, or anybody that's shared my course recently. Just know I ain't dead yet. And if anybody out there feels a need that people just don't have their best interest or don't really have their back, it's okay, because nobody's coming to rescue you anyway. You got to have your own back sometimes. But if you don't have your own back, then don't rely on others either. Or if you don't have others' back, don't be mad. You got to keep moving, keep pushing, keep creating. So for the content creators, keep creating. For the content consumers, keep consuming. And for those seeking change, go inward. It's a beautiful thing. Silence.